reason he would say that is because he knows that if he says actually Trump's better, then he can abandon the last. He's done his full Jimmy Dore. He's done his full Dave Rubin.
Yeah.
But he's pretty much almost there. He's almost there. He's not sharply criticizing any of the donor class of MAGA or Trump. He's going out of his way not to insult Trump, not to be nice to not to be mean to Trump supporters, not to be mean to any of the donors. Like, he does not have any strong words for Elon Musk. Instead, he has strong words for Sam Seder, and he says that Sam Seder is like a fake, and Sam Seder is like he's laughing that the Majority Report were like crying that Kamala Harris lost. He's laughing at that. He thinks that's funny. When really, like, if you're a true patriot, you would be upset for your country.
A true patriot.
But,
I mean, I think that they just, I don't know. My sense of like Dave Rubin's, I don't know. I don't know if it's just Dave Rubin, but my sense of like his transformation was like, oh, like I'm like a more centrist, like progressive type. I'm a TYT contributor. Then he starts a show, and his show's kind of, oh, you know, I'm just open to new ideas. I'm just open to talking to conservatives. And then he just turns out to be a crazy right-wing MAGA person. And I feel like you can kind of track TYT's trajectory and say they're at the stage of, look, I'm just not like these crazy leftists. I'm just willing to sit down and just talk to the MAGA types. And it's like, man, I have a sparkle of hope that they won't go full like crazy right-wing. But I don't know. Like,
if he thinks that if Trump starts doing some crazy shit, the populist Republican base is going to hem him in. He doesn't think that there's any more institutional check other than the bros. That's Joe Rogan and Dave Portnoy. That if Trump starts to do some crazy shit on the border or with immigration, it's the MAGA populist base that they're the real good people that are going to prevent Trump from doing that shit.
Yes, the reasonable MAGA base that has historically.
He's finding common cause with Marine Le Pen in France. I think he would prefer Le Pen to win in France over Macron.
Pisco does not miss a TYT video. He's
Bro.
their #1 fan.
Because I was talking them up prior to the elections, not Anna, but Cenk was like, I think doing some good things, giving the right information on a lot of stuff. And like, this heel turn is complete, it's total, and they're not in a position at the moment to credibly be an opposition or a leadership force in the left-wing movements. And
well,
that's all I got to say.
I mean, I guess luckily TYT has never really, I mean, I wouldn't say TYT has ever had like much influence in actual democratic governance, luckily, but so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that what you'll see is maybe just a slow dying off.
I'd be careful with that, right? Because didn't Cenk and Kalinske literally co-founded Justice Dems, right?
I mean, that's true, and AOC did come out of there, but I mean, when we think about like, okay, like what's the relationship between AOC and TYT been like literally since the day that she got elected, and it's been basically non-existent, and AOC's kind of seemingly shunned them. And that's actually something that I think plays a part in like the long-term trajectory of their view. Like, they've actually been very critical of AOC for a long time, and a lot of their coverage has been, you know, seemingly kind of spiteful towards AOC because it has that hue of like, oh, you know, we're kind of, you know, we're the ones that kind of made you, and you know, you haven't even come on our show since then, and now you're selling out to Nancy Pelosi.
It's so personal, bro. Everything's so fucking personal. And you can fucking tell that when Anna was tweeting at Emma Vigeland, it's bitter as fuck. And every time they give a policy rationale for why they've shifted course or something, it's like, oh, I met a homeless person. My uncle was a MAGA supporter, and he helped me lift a box into my apartment when I was moving. It's all of these kind of trite stories that don't map onto, like, I don't know, broader political ideologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's okay to say, I think it's okay for the average person to say, oh, maybe I was living in a bubble. Maybe I do need to reevaluate things in some generic sense. But obviously, to Destiny's point, if you've been a political, you know, like Anna will say, like, I went, you know, I got my master's in political science. Like, I'm a journalist. That's my training. If you've been doing this for 15 years and you find yourself on the cusp of what appears to be like a crazy awakening in your politics, like, what were you doing the last 15 years? Was that just like, oh, yesterday I hung out with some liberals, and the day before I did the same thing, and the day before I did the same thing.
That's
So
what
I
it
just
feels like,
happened to be,
boy.
I just happen to be liberal. Yeah,
it literally feels like that. The last thing I'll say on this, because we've been beating a dead horse, is I think there's actual harm to what they're doing. I don't think the people, their audience, which is large and substantial and larger than Destiny's audience, I think that's true, right?
Probably.
They have yeah. They're not ready for 2025. They're not ready for So Help Me God. And they're being sold this hopium that Trump is like a deal maker, and that they might even get some things they want. They're going to cut the defense budget. They're going to get something on the Dreamers, and that there's going to be like a normal. Cenk literally says that Trump is a normal politician. He's a traditional politician. That's what he says.
Well, now he is. He is normal. He is the Republican.
No, but I'm saying what he says is the donor class historically are the aberration, and the more historically traditional politician is Donald Trump. And he's selling his, and that he's going to wheel and deal, and that when he says he's going to deport U.S. citizens, he's not truly serious about that. He's not truly serious about wanting to rescind birthright citizenship because he's acknowledging that it's unconstitutional and unlawful.
Trump is just a modern day Teddy Roosevelt, Pisco, a maverick.
True.
All right?
But like, take it right. He's saying, no, Trump can't do that because it's illegal. It's illegal to do that, so Trump can't do that. Bro, you were the one arguing that he was a fascist leading up to the election, specifically because he was willing to do things that were illegal. He's not going to be hemmed just because it says on paper it's against the law to rescind birthright citizenship. Doesn't mean Trump's not going to fucking do it. And those words are meaningless little black ink on PDFs of the Constitution until unless someone's willing to enforce it. And you were the one arguing that he's a fascist, that he's coalesced power. And so why would you be so sure that the Constitution is going to hold if it was your diagnosis?
I remember watching TYT.
True. Also, okay, wrap it up. Last points. Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, I remember watching TYT when Trump first announced he was running for president, and they were so sure that Trump was an absolute bona fide grifter and had no foundation for anything that he said, that in the earliest coverage of Donald Trump's presidential campaign, they censored his face. They're like, we don't even respect him as a real candidate. We're going to censor his face whenever we talk about him, because that's how sure they were that he was lying about everything that he says and that he can't be trusted. And obviously, you know, how things changed in the last 10 years, I guess.
They love him.
Anyway, good talking, guys.
Later, boys. I love you. Be careful. Be careful, babe. Okay. I just want you to know that if you work for Microsoft, okay? Okay, I just want you to know this, all right? That I have infinite money. I would buy whatever the fuck I need to. I am not buying your shit because you're going to make me use fucking OneDrive and tie it to my Microsoft account or whatever bullshit to make Microsoft Excel or Microsoft 365 work. Fuck you, okay? Just so you know. I'm using fucking shitty LibreOffice or whatever bullshit just because of that. I hate you, and I hate OneDrive, and I hate the fact that you would ever force me to use your dog shit, bullshit, fuck ass online storage backup that whatever is like a requirement. Fuck that, and fuck you. I am using this bullshit, okay? Wait, what? Our latest stable release? The previous stable branch. Why would you have the previous? Who cares? Give me the latest shit. Oh wait, there's an offline version of Excel? Oh, Office Home 2024. The only installing on one system is pretty brutal too. Holy fuck. Okay. How is this going to work? Is it just going to be a key? I'm going to assume it's going to give me a key. If I sign into my Microsoft account to buy this, it's not going to like tie it to my account or some bullshit, right? And I have to be signed in to do this, right? All right. Fuck it, let's see what happens.
All right. Bought this game had a long time. So tonight, close to adding I'm sitting ugly. People do play this. But like, no, they got the
Capture the flag.
uh-oh. Thanks, man.
Flag taken. Flag stolen. Flag dropped.
Okay.
Flag reset. Flag stolen. Flag captured. Lost the lead. Flag stolen. Flag Flag recovered. Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag reset. Flag taken. Captured. Tied the leader.
Oh, shit.
Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag stolen.
Ah, man.
Flag dropped.
That's...
Flag stolen.
That's bad.
Flag
I feel like
dropped.
that's bullshit.
Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag recovered.
That was a flag.
Flag captured. Gain the lead.
Alright, there's a red guy going. Politics. Oh, I got an assist. Woo. Brent.
Look, I don't know if you watch my stream. I'll be in here in a moment. I'm still getting my hair braided.
Flag taken.
Can you hear me,
Flag.
Clark?
Oh,
Dropped.
what's up, Emma?
Hey. Yeah, I'm still getting my hair braided. Once I'm done, I'll jump in here.
Okay.
All right.
5 minutes remaining. Flag taken.
There's
Flag dropped. Flag reset.
I was so close. Hey. I'm gonna take the flag! Right into the flag and then curse. Marked by a guy with a sword. Ah. I got it.
Flag taken.
Ah! From behind you, boo! Where do the swords even come
Flag
from?
dropped.
Ah, goodness. That's... What? I don't think audio's coming.
Flag recovered.
Is that working better? Yeah. Okay. Test. Okay. Alright. Forgot how to zoom. How to zoom.
Revenge.
Oh, I got somebody, finally. Holy shit. I'm not leaving this game without a kill.
Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag dropped.
There's. Where'd I go?
Flag recovered.
So many grenades happening.
Flag taken. Flag dropped. One minute remaining. Flag reset. Flag taken.
Don't kill me! Actually, I don't care. I'm not the one with the flag. I don't know why that guy didn't go out, but I guess he found a side way.
30 seconds remaining.
Winning. Can't tell for Let's go, buddy. Let's go. We got 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds left. Let's go. Bring it up here. Bring it up
10
here.
seconds
We only got
remaining.
20 seconds. Let's go.
Flag captured.
Yeah, look at that
Game
shit. We win. No thanks to me. Ugh. So if you're just joining us, I'm just playing some online matches until Gibbs gets ready. He's a little bit late because he's getting his. Yeah, you know how women be.
Slayer.
Slayer. Oh, I'm gonna be so bad for this. I die so much. Is there anybody on mic? You know what I mean by I die so much? That wasn't.
The lead.
Am I red? I thought I was blue still. Also, like this old style of not ASD to shoot, I'm not used to. Spikies. I like spikies.
The leader lost the lead.
Well,
Tied
you
the
know I got
leader.
one. Huh?
Lost the lead.
Problem with spikes, I think, is that they take too long to actually do damage. Also, it does help when I remember the control. I can't believe that shit hit me. How's he flying? How's he flying? When did they add flying to this game? I don't know. It's probably always been there. Is that my team? I fly? Ah, shit. I think the flying dude's wrecking everybody. Oh. Ah. At least I've gotten a couple kills this time. Maybe I won't be as much of a detriment to the team as I thought I was. I hear somebody flying. Flying mother. Oh no. Ah! When I want to melee, I press down on the joystick because that's what it is in that's what it is in Call of Duty. I saw his ass too late. Yeah, take back what I said about not being a detriment. I mean, I even got hit by that fucking grenade. How many times do I gotta get hit by a grenade? Listen. I guess the grenades aren't as potent in Call of Duty. How did he? I guess there was two of them, but still. I should have thrown a grenade. I tried to. It's a different button on this game. That's why I was reloading. Whee! Reload button, isn't it? Get high ground. Fucker. No. Of them. There's two of them. They're jetpack acting hologram. I'll listen about those fucking grenades. He got away from it. Damn.
Revenge.
If I remember the buttons, I can get kills. See, try to reload. I think that was a simul. Yeah, that was a simul. Ah! That was just me being dumb.
Five minutes remaining.
Kicking our ass. Oh, I got 6 kills. Not bad for a newbie. And if I knew he was gonna be this late, I could have fucking worked out. Taking a shower or something. I need more light. Light. Oh. Shoo! Ah, man.
Oddball. Play ball.
I don't know what this game is. I didn't know there was fall damage in this game.
Ball reset.
I don't know, man. Wait, can I change the jetpack now? Because I would love to have a jetpack. The only way I'm getting kills is melee. That is the only way. Active camo hologram.
Ball reset.
Where's this ball at?
Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
What is that?
Gained the lead.
Thank you. Saved me. Where's the ball at?
Reset.
A ball. Why is everyone so mean to me? It's more like a rocket launcher than a grenade.
Ball reset.
Ah! I still have seen no ball.
Lost the lead. Revenge. Double kill.
Nice! Double kill! First one. They say I couldn't do
Ball
it.
reset.
That's fun. I can't score any points because I haven't seen. Oh, is that the ball?
Tied
Well,
the
it says
leader.
dumb.
Lost the lead.
Ball! Where'd it go?
Tied the leader. 1 minute to win. Gained the lead. One minute to win. Lost the lead.
Dum dum dee dum 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 dee dum dum.
Ball reset.
There's 3 of those fuckers in.
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, you got it now.
Tie the leader. Gain the lead.
Why does it take so long to be able to shoot after you throw a grenade? That's supposed to be a fast action.
30 seconds to win. Ball reset.
Ah, come on. You rocket jump in this?
Lost the lead.
Lost the lead.
Ball reset. Revenge. Tied the leader. Game over.
Did we win? Yeah, we won! Woo! 0 thanks to me. Can you imagine if I could actually pull my weight in that game? Would have kicked their asses. But I kicked their asses. Alright, he says he's coming in. I'm gonna go potty. All right. Back. I want to know where Amazon package. All right. I really want to start this debate. I just want to start the debate. I could have played another game. don't like that nobody has mics on these games. Like it's kind of cringe. What are we playing? A lot of game modes in it.
SWAT.
Difference in this? Oh gosh. A pistol?
Gained the lead.
Ouch. Red.
Gained the lead.
Ouch.
Lost the lead.
Oh. Grenades for time when I actually.
Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
All these people getting all these headshots, huh? Good at headshots. Click and hit. Headshot again? How the fuck are they so good at headshots? Oh. No. That wasn't me. I didn't kill him. That's what that was. How did he just one-shot me? Fuck. Oh god. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Know where that came from. Wait, do I not have a Is that what's going on? Is that why he was able to one-shot me?
Betrayal.
Betrayal! There's friendly fire on this? The fuck? I'm sorry, my teammate. Ah. ASs. Those headshots. See? See? Have a jetpack? No, it's low gravity, I guess. Oh. And now I've got gravity. I don't like it. I go out there, I die. Every single time. Oh, stop it. Oh, where does it come from? Really? Hacking. Gotta be hacking. That's just. Hey. I like that there's no sound in space. That's pretty cool. Little, really. Wait, didn't I kill somebody? I got revenge. Why am I still at 0? Whoa, that's violent.
Cluck, what's your gaming? What's your
It should be liberal cluck. I think we didn't we friend each other already?
One second here.
Ah, he got me.
We might have already had each other.
Dude, the controls on this game are so different than what I'm used to. I'm like used to Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, we welcome to the man's games.
Oh, is that what this is?
The
You
man.
can't even ASD on most of the guns.
Is it liberal cluck or is it liberal cluck number 777?
Question.
I'll just send both.
It says liberal cluck.
Yeah, I sent you a request then. Kind of like an owl looking thing.
No. Question mark.
Huh.
Let's. My friend coded.
Oh, it's Steve. That's how you do this. Okay.
Wait, what are you playing on?
It doesn't matter. I'm on the series. I'm on the Xbox, but it's still crossplay.
Oh. Well, I've got. Wait, I've got Microsoft. The Microsoft account, I think, is an owl.
Yeah, Game Pass has this game for free.
I don't have Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, if you already bought it, it shouldn't matter. You should be able to play it.
Let me go back. Let me go back. Damn it all!
Go
They
back.
put me in a game. Hold on a second.
Oh, you're good.
I was just playing multiplayer.
Alright, don't get
It's so bad.
All right, let me let my people out, and yeah, we can get this going. Clutch, coming in clutch.
Oh, we're gonna play campaign, right?
Slayer.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Trust me, I'm going. They should be happy.
We're gonna be pissed. Real pissed. Clutch. All right, 1 second. Now we're gonna let my friends out here. Cats have invaded my guest room again.
Unfortunate.
It's a real problem. All right. Figure out. Now we gotta figure out how to add you. You were going back to that Prime debate last night, bro. I just like, homie was getting so pissed. I fucking definitely hurt his feelings.
Talking to me?
No, I just found my chat.
Had a pride debate? I thought that happened in.
I go on Primes like every Monday.
Oh, Prime debate. Prime Kai's.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Bro, that was so good. He had no answer for that. God, you're an example that success in America is accessible to idiots. It'd be, hey, if anybody can do it right, I'm an inspiration.
Hey, can you add me by just my email?
I should actually one way or another here. Once you get into the game,
I'm in the game.
okay. Friend request. Why don't you try adding me?
Alright, how do I do that?
Alright, Admiral space. Yes.
Did I, like, what button am I pressing? I got campaign, multiplayer, creative,
Press-
firefight, options, extras.
Press. Are you on your PC? Press the window button and the letter G.
Okay.
And then you should have a search bar. Oh, yeah, what was it? What was his answer to that? Like, he had no answer to that, Kyle. Yeah, anybody can do it, right? My favorite thing about that is that, like, he definitely feels like he's way more intelligent than me. And I'm like, bro, you have a degree from, like, DeVry. I have a degree from, like, a fucking D1 research university. Why don't you, like, suck my dick?
What degree you got?
I have my bachelor's, my undergrad is in political science, the minor history, and I have 3 certificates from the Bush Presidential Library in political theory. And that's my undergrad.
So it was the owl character.
Oh yeah, when Scott is going, do you have a point, bro? Like, yeah, you're done. He just like, yeah, fuck you, Gibbs, fuck you very much. Well, Scott always asks me if I have a point. I'm like, yeah, if you let me get to the point, you know, I gotta preface what I'm going to talking about first.
All right, so Admiral Gibbs. I or L
Yeah, Admiral Gibbs, AD.
or AL.
Yeah, anyway.
At the hole.
Yeah, it should be like a cog or something.
All right, we are now friends officially. Official.
I see it.
Xbox says it.
Now I can invite you to games. I peach this. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So where were you? What was the debate on last night?
You know, that's a good question. Oh, it was the well, it was supposed to be about fucking we're not gonna start with the first mission because I've done that about 15 times, but it was the that shooter, but it didn't end up being. It didn't end up being that. I'll tell you that.
Not being.
It ended up being fucking Connor wanting to kiss my ass.
Anna?
Connor wanted
Oh, Connor.
to kiss. He can pucker up and take an old kiss my ass at you, know. Fuck.
Yeah.
He got real mad.
What was your opinion of the shooter? Oh wait, hold on. I actually don't know what y'all were talking about to make me pissed off at Connor.
I wasn't pissed. He's pissed at me.
Okay, what that made Connor pissed off at you?
He's mad because I exposed him as being not a conservative or a Republican like months ago. And
Oh.
so he's fucking booted her because it fucking hurt his bottom line. But he's been like grifting, pretending to be like a conservative Republican for fucking as long as I know. And I'm like, bro, you're fucking like lefty that fucking took a paycheck to compromise all your values. Yeah, you don't know all this deep lore, bro?
Oh.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We gotta learn you today. Alright, let's start with Nightfall. That's the one I need co-op on Legendary.
We're playing on Legendary. Wait, do you know who you're playing with? I suck at this game.
We're gonna be fine. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay. All right. So, what's your opinion of the shooter?
I hope he fucking rots for eternity.
Really?
Yeah, this guy over here hurting productive Americans, doing the good rewards work, allowing people to get healthcare taken care of.
Yeah, I think all insurance is a fucking scam in the government.
Yeah, they need to just deregulate it and nobody have insurance. We all just pay perfect cash, and I don't have to pay for anybody.
Like people get health care.
Well, fuck them. That's not my fault.
Is that seriously what you believe? Like that we?
Yeah. Why should I fucking pay? All right, let me ask you a question. All right, say I do cocaine my whole life, which okay, not too far of a stretch. Say I fuck toxic women my whole life, okay, not too far of a stretch. And I say I fucking drink a lot, okay, also not too far of a stretch. Do you think that after I've made all those life choices my entire life, that you should be on the hook for all my medical bills if you sit there and take care of your body your whole life?
Yes.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Why? Okay.
Fuck that bitch. Let him die. Or pay for his own shit.
Wait. Somebody like me who does not drink, who does not do cocaine, who does not like go around fucking a bunch of people randomly, I could still get hit with like cancer at any time. So, yeah. but also before I got my job with the state, I didn't have health insurance because I couldn't afford it.
Well, yeah, but why is that my problem?
Well, because we live in a society.
What are you, the Joker?
No, I'm not the Joker. I'm saying
so you're
we
George
live.
Costanza.
I'm saying we live in a society as if it's a good thing, whereas the Joker was like society sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like the Joker was right. Right here, we live in a society. They expect to take your hard-earned money and fucking just spend it on these other people that don't. Well,
I expect people to help other people out that are in need.
Why? Fuck that. I don't want to spend my money on them other people. I guess I just have different moral values than you. Yeah, the moral value that you're looking for that I have that you don't is called personal accountability.
I'm all for personal accountability. I work for a prison.
But you're not. Yeah, but you're not for personal accountability. Here's why. Right? Hold on. Let's get the game going first.
Yeah, let's get the game going.
And then we get into and then we go into this. Are you
I'm in game, like I'm in the main menu.
Oh, can you join? All right, join my game invite. Press the window button G, and it should be on your notifications.
Modify. I think I need to just. Nation.
Be a game on.
Join. How would you like?
Okay, you're in my game session. Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, so personal accountability. Like, think of it this way, right? If I do all these drugs and all these other things, I'm the one who should have to pay for my health care. Like, other people shouldn't have to pay for it. Like, say someone has, like, 4 kids. Why should I have my tax dollars going to pay for their 4th kid because they couldn't keep their legs closed?
Because if you don't help that person pay their 4th kid, that kid's going to grow up and become more likely to become a shitty person and not a productive member of society. I probably wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the fact that my mom was able to get food stamps and Medicaid for me.
Or check this out, they'll just not be part of society because I won't have to deal with it because I wouldn't have been able to have that kid in the first place.
But you were just complaining about like homeless people last panel. There would be
they get shipped to the camps.
There would be more people like that, but your tax dollars gotta pay for the camps.
Nah, we'll just put them. Yeah, but then we can make them work. Force them to work. You either get homeless or you get
Is this
or you
actually
work.
like a graduate of political science? This is actually your opinion.
Yeah, fuck these people.
That
I
is-
don't want to have to pay for these people. Like what you're advocating for is slavery.
No, what you're advocating for is slavery. You just said force them to work.
Yeah, make them work. Make them contribute.
That's insane.
They're living off my tax dollars. They're already getting paid.
Okay.
Fuck that.
I lived off your parents' tax dollars, I'm sure, for a while, and now
That's awful.
I'm a productive member of society. And so is my mom. She's a nurse. She was able to come out of that and become a nurse.
What just happened to do this?
I think we're. I thought we're.
I thought it was too. What is happening?
What is this skull thing you're trying to do?
Well, what I was trying to do was invite you into the. Okay. What just happened? I wasn't trying to do anything with the skull. I was just trying to start us off.
Isn't that what we're doing? Is that why I'm connecting right?
Oh, is it connecting?
Taking a long.
I think it glitched.
Actually,
Yeah, I think it glitched. Here, hold on. Let me just restart this. The MCC, bro. Yeah, it had some issues. Every now and again, guy. Let's get this out. Yeah, like what you're arguing though is you're arguing that my tax dollars have to pay for other people's life choices, and like as opposed to like these people having to live it with their life choices.
because can you help people get out of like what my mom and my end up with a better society to live?
According to who? You end up with a lazier society.
That's not
It is true.
not in our not
Hold
in our.
on. Well, hold on. Welfare and all the like. When I say welfare, I mean all these government assistance programs have been growing by leaps and bounds every year. You say you believe in accountability, except for all these other situations.
It's growing. Okay, you realize that most people who are on welfare also work, right?
They're not working enough if they're on welfare.
They could be working full-time jobs and still need welfare.
How do you figure?
Because-
you get a second
because-
full-time job. I work
That's-
like 80 plus hours a week. Like, why should somebody get my tax dollars?
Why-
If
Why
they're
should
not
you
putting in the
have
same
to
amount of
work 80
hours,
hours a week?
because I fucking don't want to live on welfare. I mean, it's that simple.
Need to work 80 hours a week to not be on welfare?
I mean, I did start out. I don't need to now.
Yeah, and that's
but
ridiculous.
I'm not a lazy piece of shit.
We shouldn't have to work 80 hours a week to not be on welfare. But we do live in a situation to where a lot of people need to work 80 hours a week. I think that's ridiculous.
Oh,
I would prefer for wealthier people to have to pay for, including myself, because I even though I'm not wealthy, I do pay a lot of taxes because I am a single person. To have to pay into a system that allows these people to be able to survive without having to work 80 hours a week.
Wait, what, yeah, hold on. You're targeting the wealthy, right? Like, and you're targeting the upper middle class, the wealthy. Like, here's the problem with this, right? Like, I get that it's like in vogue to be like, oh, they have more, they should give. Like, okay, that sounds great, like, you know, and all. But rich people pay the majority, like, great majority of the taxes already, right? They're paying like like one guy that's making six figures is basically paying the amount of taxes as like 4 or 5 people that are like below the poverty line, right? Because they're not even paying taxes. You know, so like honestly, you can just I guess scale that out to however many people you want. If you're making six figures, you're paying like I'm gonna say 4 or 5 people's amounts worth. But like really, you know, these people it could be extended indefinitely because these people aren't paying taxes at all. So like, what you're arguing is that these people who are like not contributing to society would somehow start contributing to society, even though all evidence points to them continue to stay below poverty line. Because why would you ever work more than 40 hours a week if you can get you can just get the government to like subsume all your needs for the rest of it? Like I would never do that if like I was a new person starting out. I would just expect my government handout, and then I would just like work the bare minimum to like survive and have like a few things. Like
You
that's
have
what a lot
that
of people
option. Wait, according to you, you
And,
have
like,
that
that's
option to do
awful.
that now. So why would you not do that?
That's awful. We should get rid of all that.
But you just said that you would do that, but you don't. Why?
Do what? What we don't want.
Just go on welfare and
Well, I don't because I'm not a lazy piece of shit.
okay, and neither is most people.
If you're working less than 40 hours a week and you're on welfare, then I got news for you. You're a lazy piece of shit.
But if you're working 40 hours a week on welfare,
Then you're a lazy piece of shit. Time to work
That's-
some overtime. Get a second
that's
job.
just not true. Like I don't feel that people who are working full-time jobs are a lazy piece of shit by going on welfare. Like I don't understand that logic.
Because what I was, bro, it's real simple.
There's more to life than just
If
working,
you're not
Gibbs.
if you're not making enough money to live on that amount, then you need to work more. It's really that simple.
Seem to be under the impression, and I know this is
I sent you
true.
another invite.
Okay. That just being on welfare is a moral wrong.
Yeah, it is a moral wrong. It means you failed. Or somebody in your family's failed. Like maybe you're a child and you didn't do it, and mama failed.
But that could be true. That's actually the case for a lot of people on welfare.
Yeah, and I got two words for you: tough titties. Like I worked fucking when I was in college. I had a scholarship. I fucking worked. I was a wrestler, and I worked 2 fucking jobs. I literally had 4 hours of sleep, like 4 to 6 hours of sleep most nights during wrestling season. And I fucking also had, so I had full-time university. I had fucking, this game just crashed again.
Oh,
Yeah, I had I think it did crash.
I'm on the same screen I was before. I thought you started the game.
I did. This game is on some bullshit.
Yeah. You did a
Full-time college.
Uh-huh.
Full-time job. I worked 50 to 60 hours a week as a manager at a Wingstop as the GM. Then I worked fucking 20 to 30 hours a week as the AGM of a bar. And then I fucking wrestled full-time and I fucking did school. So like I don't understand, like if I can do this and you know most people on this Twitch bullshit wants to tell me that I'm stupid and I don't know, even though I've got a better degree than most of them. And then on top of that, I fucking was able to do this. I've destroyed my body now after I graduated with my degree. I was still putting in the same amount of hours working. And you know what? And guess what? There's no reason if I can do this that they're like, if I'm so stupid like they say, then why can't they do that?
Why
you know
do
what
you
I'm saying?
want
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. My family was poor as fuck growing up. My dad had an 87 Volvo until I was a junior in high school, which was like 09. You know what he had when my senior year? He upgraded his car. He got an 89 model Volvo. Like my first car was like a 96 Ford. It was already like 11 years old by the time I got it, and I paid for it in cash. Like there's no reason that these people can't do this except for one word: lack of personal accountability. Anybody can do it.
So, why would you want a system that requires people to, quote, and this is quoting you, destroy their body in order to get by and make it out?
Because that's the way of the land, fam. Like,
But why do you want that system, though?
Because it's good for the soul.
I don't agree.
Our life expectancy is longer than it's ever been, in all of history.
Well, it's actually dropped recently, but like that's not because we have a system that requires you to destroy your body.
It's not destroying your body. Like,
That's
I'm
what you
saying
said,
that if anybody can, well, I destroyed my body, but that's because I did the sports fucked me up more than anything. But if we're talking about sleep and the working, none of that. It wasn't like I was got a knee injury working at the bar. You know, like that's not where I got a knee injury. I got a knee injury doing MMA and wrestling, right? Like that's what fucked me up, right? You know, I got a back injury from the MMA and wrestling. Like I guess I could have optioned those out and owed a little more debt and paid off. But you know, well, I'm not asking for a free ride, which is what basically everybody on the welfare here is doing. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I'm gonna try this again.
What about? Why would you want people to give up what is essentially their entire lives? If you're working 80 hours a week, that's your life right there. Can't spend time with your kids, can't spend time with your family, can't spend time with your parents, or even have any free leisure time. Why do you want a system that requires people to do that in order to live?
Why is that? It's not the system, bro. The government is the system. Like, you're arguing against capitalism as a whole right now.
if somebody's working 40 hours, they're not making it, and they go on welfare, but you're saying, I don't want you to go on welfare. I need you to work more.
Yeah,
That is the system. That is the system you're advocating for.
Yeah, that's what I'm just advocating for. Personal accountability. I shouldn't have to pay for other people's fucking life choices or their parents' life choices. Give me one argument, like other than it's like, oh, moral society duty, right? Because like if I was a cannibal in Papua New Guinea, I'd argue that the people that weren't contributing to our society should be eaten. Like so, like I'm not gonna buy a moral thing because morals can be anything, right? So like let's go with like a real logical reason other than feels good or feels bad, man. Like I want like a tangible reason why I should take my money and pay for somebody else when there's absolutely no evidence in general that the great majority of these people are ever going to work themselves up to be productive members of society. In fact, there's a lot of evidence to support that they don't ever become productive.
I don't think you're right on that. The people on welfare, there is a thing on the that's called a welfare trap, which is a result of welfare being designed the way it is. But most people, a lot of people are on welfare. Eventually, get off of welfare. On welfare isn't like a good time. And a lot of people who have kids that are on welfare fare better than they would have if they were in like abject poverty and not able to afford food or housing.
Well, yeah, of course
welfare.
It's better than if they were in abject poverty because somebody else is paying for their shit.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna try not reach. Let's try regular the next Halo because reach is not working.
Well, I'm in the game. Are you not in the game?
No, this is fucking bullshit. Maybe I can just join directly on you if you're in the level already.
I've also never played Reach.
Yeah, it's alright. We can skip Reach.
I was picturing we just play through the campaign.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, is go through like each level of the campaign.
Kilo 3-3 and Kilo 3
But,
your
beginning of
current
the
LZ is too hot.
Chronologically.
Roger that. Stand by, receive and respond.
So do I need to exit the game, or are you gonna try
Just
this?
hold on, just stay there. I'm gonna try to join directly on you. If that doesn't work, then
The
we'll
Office
switch
of
to Halo
Naval
CD.
Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege
we'll
from
do
a
that
Corvette
campaign.
class
I like
surveillance vessel.
this
Due to the
fucking.
sensitive nature of this facility,
It's for some
use of
reason it
orbital rounds has
doesn't
been
always
for the
port
moment
right.
prohibited.
Yeah.
Regrettably, my efforts to
You want me to
obtain
try to
relevant
invite
data on
you?
enemy forces have been
Yeah, that's
unsuccessful.
what we're gonna try.
However, current
I think that's what we should do. Sorry that I join up on you.
All right, let's see. Message. Invite the party. Is that what I'm pushing?
Invite the game. What do you?
Invite the party. Is it in game? Is that option in game that I'm looking at?
No, it'll be on the game bar. I just here's what you're basically saying is that y'all have some like people are basically have some moral right to someone else's hard work. Like I chose to work all these hours. Why should someone who's not choosing to do this get the sweat from my brow? Like that would just you're basically just incentivizing people like, okay, well, if they're just gonna take this money from me, the harder I work, the more money they're gonna take. Why should I work as hard?
But I don't think that's the way it happens for.
But that's what happens for all the people that are working that hard, though.
You have a certain amount of your money taken out of.
Yeah,
your
because we
paycheck.
have
Yes,
progressive
absolutely.
taxes.
Yeah, yes, I do understand that.
So the harder I work, the more the government takes from me.
Yes.
And
Well,
the
the
more
more
that
money you
goes
make.
towards
Okay,
welfare.
first of all, the hard work, the harder you work, doesn't necessarily mean you're earning more, or just because you're earning more doesn't mean necessarily working harder. That is not necessarily a correlative.
Okay, working
Positive.
more. Okay, there's a better way to put it. Then you're being more productive to society. The more money you make, because money is the closest measurement we can have to that.
I still don't think that is necessarily like is I probably I make my boss probably makes more than a does, but is she being more productive to society? Than she's certainly not working as hard.
I would say she probably is being more productive to society.
I don't think so.
Well,
'Cause
money is
I
the,
think
Because
think,
that's how the market. You understand how the free market works, right?
yes.
So the free market is deemed what she makes more money than your average roofer. It's deemed her job more valuable based off market reasons for that. Anybody can become a roofer. Maybe not anybody can become what your boss does, right? So okay, or there's a lack of supply of these people. So
Yeah, but scarcity to these people doesn't necessarily mean that you're more. But just because your position is scarce doesn't necessarily mean you're more productive to society.
I mean, you're more valuable to society at minimum.
Well, yeah, but not more productive. More productive, really.
Okay, sure, but if you're more valuable or valuable or productive, either one, they're basically interchangeable.
They're not.
For this scenario. If you're more valuable, that's even more of a reason why that person should make more.
It depends on what reason you're valued for. If I was more valuable just because I'm white doesn't necessarily mean that like I'm more productive for society
that's not how that works.
than like slaves were back in the day.
Well, that's totally different. I mean, that's a different scenario entirely.
I'm just saying that like it depends on why you're being valued, but whether or not that's going to track to productivity. Make it in. Hello? I guess we'll see. I doubt that he made it in. Like, it doesn't even seem like his Discord's working anymore. Maybe he's having internet issues.
Be advised,
2552.
Kilo 3 and Kilo 3-4, your current LZ is too hot. Roger that. Dot, stand by to receive and respond.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Initiate immediate course correction. The Office of Naval Intelligence Sword Base is presently under siege from a Corvette-class Covenant vessel. Due to the sensitive
Yeah,
nature
he
of
left
this
Discord.
facility, use of orbital rounds has been
Pepperoni!
Regrettably,
Test,
my
test.
efforts
Why
to
am I-
obtain relevant data on enemy forces have been unsuccessful.
Why is my
However,
Discord
current
not?
defensive forces are insufficient. Oni has requested Team Noble's direct intervention to help secure
Not
Sword Base.
catching my mic.
All right, people. We're stuck with that ship for the time being. Let's focus on the hostile infantry. Give those troopers a hand. Cat 6, you're out here. George Emil, you're next. Get prepped.
Let's move, Lieutenant.
Let's see if the other lieutenant moves.
Cat 6, push back the attack on Sword Base. Find out what we're
I
dealing
can't
with.
tell if that's Gibbs or Envy.
Roger that. We're your strike team.
That's Gibbs, right? That's gotta be Gibbs. Oh, I just threw the grenade. That wasn't good.
Knock some heads, Lieutenant.
My PC hated what you were saying so much it crashed.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
I
wait,
was
so
like,
that's...
Bro, okay, so we're gonna try a different game in the MCC. Because
Okay.
is not working.
Oh, I thought that other blue dude was you. I'm I'm in the game fighting aliens. But yeah,
It probably is. It probably is supposed to be me, but it didn't even
No, he's-
recognize that I've.
it's fighting. He's doing better than I am.
Hey, there you go.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we can play something
Yeah, do
different.
your games here. Let me load in. Here. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. One of those underpaid tech people on welfare. Fix your computer for you.
The tech people aren't on welfare. God damn it! I didn't know that.
I died.
First of all,
Dude,
does
IT make money?
Straight on, yeah, I do. I am playing straight on the Xbox, on the computer. That's why the problem. If I was doing this on the capture card, I wouldn't be having any problem.
Uh huh.
That's the whole problem, Outlast. And I don't want to have to pull up my fucking Xbox over here to do that. Oh yeah, IT makes a lot of money.
I thought that the guy, I for some reason was under the impression they got saturated.
Well, it depends on where you're at. Like, you know, in places like Texas where you need a lot of IT people, then yeah, it's good. But if you're fucking in Silicon Valley where there's about 1 billion IT people, then no.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just shot my partner. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about values. Where the market determines value.
Yeah, and I understand that. The market isn't always like valuing people who are the most productive the most, though. That was the point I was trying to make earlier.
Sure, but what I'm saying is like you're still like you're lost in this like this moral idea of like surplus labor theory kind of shit, right? Like, here's what I'm saying is like, how about this concept? What I make is mine, right? Like, and what you're doing is you're putting a gun to my head and saying, if you don't give me some of yours, and you have to, if you don't give me some of yours, then I'm gonna throw you in jail. And on time, like that's just taxation in general. Now, I'm not a libertarian. I believe taxes are used for something. Like, I'm okay with some taxation and some government programs in government, right? But on the flip side, like I want as little much of my day-to-day life. And whenever you're putting a gun to my head and saying you got to go help old Tom, Dick, and Sally because Tom, Dick, and Sally can't do what you've done, that's bullshit. And because especially when I go, hey, well, I'm working 80 hours a week and you're taking more money from me, the more money I make. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you're basically punishing, and that's what it is. It's a punishment people for being productive members of society.
Spartans, hostiles.
Okay, I just don't see taxation as punishment. Like,
well, because I mean, like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that people that are paying like no taxes also don't.
I do pay tax. Wait, I just told you I pay taxes.
Sure you pay taxes, but like the average tax. I mean, how many taxpayers? I'm like, I don't want to like. You don't have to like write yourself out. But like, do you think you're paying? Like, I know I'm not. Like, do you think you're paying as much as like say like Elon Musk?
Oh no.
Right. So like, do you think you're paying as much
as a percentage of wealth and income? Maybe.
What about like a? Really, it's a percentage. Well, he's probably got like a 40%.
Well, it depends.
Tax rate.
No, it depends on whether he makes most of his money on capital gains or income.
Well, that's a whole other thing too. Your tax. All right, you know who capital gains hurts a lot? Ranchers and farmers. You know why it hurts them? Because they have a lot of assets, right? I might have $20 million in assets, but I'm only making, you know, like profit margins like $40,000, $50,000 a year.
Well,
right?
capital gains don't. You're talking about wealth tax, not a capital gains.
No, I'm
tax.
talking about capital gains because your property goes up in value. That's valued as capital gains, and then guess what? Now you're paying more taxes on that.
You're talking about local taxes at this point.
I'm talking about capital gains taxes in general.
Well, the federal government doesn't tax on the rise in value of assets before the gains are realized.
What?
The local guy. So you said if your assets go up in value, you get taxed more. That's only if you sell your assets and realize those gains. And that's not going to be a thing for ranchers who have a bunch of like tractors and shit that they're using to make money.
What do you think cattle are?
Their product.
Does cattle have a value?
Yeah.
And does it carry over from year to year? Because you usually have to take a year or two to like bring them to maturity, correct?
I guess I'm guessing you ranch, so it takes a year.
Yeah, it does. So guess what becomes included in capital gains?
It's the cattle that you sell?
The cattle. Same thing with all the fucking anything that you have for a while. A lot of these plants take longer than a year.
Wait, so you're telling me that the federal government will tax
They evaluate you at the end of the year when you go and do this stuff. They evaluate your value, right?
The federal government.
Yes, your assets, and one of which is your cattle. Like my herd is worth X amount of dollars, You know, because say I get like a plague comes in and wipes out my cattle, and I have insurance on that shit, right? That would be an asset I've lost that was damaged, just like if a hurricane came.
Because it sounds like you're describing a wealth tax. Capital gains is
How is that a wealth tax?
Because if you're being evaluated on the assets that you own, not gains in revenue that you have made by utilizing those assets in a way that allows you to profit, then you're talking about your wealth, not your capital gains.
Bro, they're taxing me on selling my cattle, basically.
Yeah, when you sell your cattle, the difference in what you bought that cattle for.
It's just like selling stock. So if I own stock, and which is what? What is stock?
Yeah, that's considered capital.
Are you following?
So when you sell your cattle, that's different. That you're what you were describing
earlier.
How is that any
different than selling a cat like a stock?
No, wait. It's different than being evaluated on the value of the cattle and then being taxed on
capital. No. What I'm saying is, all right, they evaluate how much my cattle's worth. Okay. The next year I sell some of that, just like if I sold stock, which is valued at whatever price.
And then the difference you get taxed on.
Yeah, that would be a capital gains tax.
Yeah, the difference is what you get taxed on. Yes. The profit that you made from selling that cattle minus all is what you get taxed on.
Yeah, so like, so who's getting the most fucked by this are farmers and ranchers who have capital, and then they have to sell it each year. This is all shit that gets taxed on, right? So you're fucking all these people over who are not living by very large margins, and y'all are going, eat the rich. They have more than enough. They have surplus labor. Let this pay for welfare. And it's like ranchers and farmers are the ones that are just like,
well, I think that if you aren't making that much in your capital gains, you shouldn't be taxed all that much. Actually, there should be a. I think there is a point to which.
How do you prove that? This is my point. Like, what you're arguing is like great, like from like this high in the sky, like abstract view. But it's like, how do you craft a law that takes into account like farmers and ranchers? Like you're like, I feel. What I'm saying is like these are like. Alright, like, yeah, I know this is supposed to be targeted to get, like, the tech billionaire that owns a bunch of stock. But, like, what happens is it also, like, much like trickle-down economics, this is like trickle-down regulation. It trickles down and gets people that it's not supposed to. And the people that end up getting the most fucked up by this are the, are like farmers and ranchers.
Well, if a farmer, The capital gains tax doesn't start until you make a certain amount of capital gains in the first place. So if a farmer didn't have a good year, they shouldn't be paying capital gains taxes in the first place.
Well,
like that's just the way the system's set up.
Let's say like a rancher, right? So like, but you're not counting in that each year I have these cattle. Most of them you take to market after 2 or 3 years. So each year I have these cattle. Like I have been putting into this. Like they've been living off my land. I've given them feed. I've had to give them shots.
Yeah.
I've had to like do whatever. Now I have to pay the processing. So like I'm spending costs on these. Even if my other year-to-year stuff is going in. So by the time I sell them, if they're like beef, for example, right now beef is up like in price, and your herd size is way down. Right, so when I go in there and I sell, oh lordy, even though I actually didn't make that much money, or I invested the same amount of money, my capital gains are way higher, and now they just wipe me out with the tax in the year because they're like, oh, well this guy's percentage of cattle is way higher than the years past. His capital gains are great, but in reality, I've been hurting on the back end more because of other reasons. So like they don't take that into account, right?
It should be.
Well,
your expenses should be deductible.
It's just not how this works, though.
I mean, maybe it's not, because I've never done any capital gains filing, but your expenses should be deductible, and if that's not the case, I support.
You only have up to a certain amount. Yeah, they should be deductible, but you only get up to 20% back.
I'm getting up close and personal.
What do you mean 20% back?
Do you think that when I do a write-off, like for a business, that they give me 100% of that back?
I don't think they give you any of it back. They determine what you owe in taxes based off of your deductions minus your revenue.
They basically credit you for 20%.
that mean credit you for 20%?
So like basically they go, okay, 20% of your expenses goes towards taxes. So like, oh, okay, we're not gonna tax you on 20% of your expenses.
Oh,
So,
well,
like,
that should be different then. That should be trackable and deductible.
Oh, it's trackable, but like we know this. But what I'm saying is the reason why they don't do more of that is because then they wouldn't be able to tax you at all. Because I would go, okay, well I should be getting 100% cash back because I actually didn't make any money on these capital gains, even though it looks like on paper I did, because you're only looking at 1-to-1 year as opposed to like a 5-year, 10-year thing where it's like, oh, well, I've invested these cattle for 2-3 years or whatever, but they're not going to credit you with that, like your expenses over that period of time. Because what do? You pay taxes year to year. So I'm basically just getting fucked. And y'all are like, people are like, well, you should just eat shit and die and just pay for all these other people that don't want to work.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you didn't make anything that year, you shouldn't pay taxes. Like, you shouldn't pay capital gains taxes. And if that's not the way the system's set up, I would support issues. I would support.
Well, okay, so like let's just play with this. Let's say I was in favor of capital gains tax, which I'm obviously not. How would you structure a bill that would take into account assets? Like say like what I have, and exclude farmers and ranchers, because that's like getting into the real nitty-gritty.
Well, I wouldn't exclude farmers and ranchers. I'd just exclude people who don't make that much and profits.
Well, capital gains is already like 20.
Capital gains is your capital, right? And you sell with changes.
Well, yeah, if you made a profit off that capital, yes.
Okay, so I made a profit. Say like I sell like I don't know, I'm just gonna think about this, right? Say I sell $1 million, like my cattle's worth, and I sell basically from all my assets or whatever, and I sell the cattle and I make about like I sell it at the values of, I don't know, 20 mil or like okay. I say it's 20 mil, and they go, okay, this is whatever. Well, it looks like right now the beef was worth this much last year. It's considered an asset. Beef is way higher, so you made a larger capital gain, right? You made whatever. So we're gonna take this larger portion. Okay, that makes sense so far.
We're gonna take this larger portion
because you have bigger capital gains from year to year. You understand so far?
You had bigger capital gains from year to year. Like you made more
the value
this year.
The value of the cattle, yes, than I did last year. Because
yeah.
The value of cattle's more, despite other mitigating factors like the percentages of like how much it costs to keep it going, all et cetera, right? Do you not have this installed? What's going on here? Not all players have this content installed. You have the MCC collection installed, right?
I have Master Chief. That's what it looks like.
Let's try.
Sorry. Is there like different sections of the Master Chief collection that I gotta install individually?
It should have installed all 5 of the games it's got on there. Do you have Halo CE installed?
Yeah, it was an option in the main menu.
You did that, right?
I just joined your game. That's what I did.
No, I mean when you install it, you install all that.
I just installed Master Chief collection. Yeah, it says Master Chief collection. Library.
So why don't we do this? Why don't you... I'm going to leave this lobby.
Alright, and I start a campaign? Do you want me to start with
Yeah, you start start with Halo CE.
Okay. Alright, hold on, I gotta... Do I just go ahead and start the quick start, missions, or playlists?
Go to campaign, go to choose mission, color autumn, put legendary on, co-op, legendary, it's the meter line.
Alright, I'm sorry, you said quick start?
No, go to missions.
Halo CE anniversary.
Yeah, they go to missions.
Missions. Following requires content that is not installed. Campaign. Would you like to customize your install? No?
Ah, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's installed.
Yeah, so while we're waiting, we'll eventually get this. We might get one mission done today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I'm saying is like there's no way to structure like a plan that excludes farmers, because then you're gonna be like, first of all, it's gonna be too in the nitty gritty if they're like gonna go in there and try to like, oh, we'll exclude farmers, exclude ranchers. Then other people are like, well, what about this industry? What about this industry, right? So like, there's no way you're gonna be able to like do these exclusions, right? Secondly, you're basically, it's not like, it's like you're kind of living this like abstract, like 20,000 foot view, right? Where yeah, it sounds good on paper, but once you start these regulations, it's like certain groups get fucked way harder because like farmers have a smaller margin. So even though I made more money on my gains, what you're not realizing is the margin of profit is different, because even though on gross sales it looks like I made massive profit, which in like a lot of stuff, it basically gives my write-offs and stuff for the year, it might look that way. Really with like ranching and farming, you're looking at a several year kind of like growth pattern, as opposed to like, I don't know, a corporation, which might be like quarterly growth pattern. So whenever you're looking at this kind of thing, like in that manner, you're like, oh yeah, this rancher just made several million in profit. But in reality, I probably only made 50K in profit this year. With the year before, you know, even though I had smaller capital gains and smaller gross, I probably made 70K or something, right? So like, yeah, just because you see the bigger numbers on paper, but then I'm getting taxed way more, which cuts my margin way down. And so then I'm only making like 30,000 for the year. And why even fucking run a business that's got like a harvester that costs, 250,000, or a tractor that's 150,000? Like I can't even get a tractor in place because I like don't have the money or the funds. I have to get a loan against the assets, and it's all because the capital gains is fucking me. Like that. Does that make sense?
So what I'm hearing is like ranching. So I'm not trying to say ranching for one. That's not my problem. But what I'm hearing is that you're saying that yes, you may sell your cattle one year and it like a 7 million profit, but that was a 7-year investment that you just put into that cattle.
Yeah, I mean more like 2-3 years for sure.
Okay, so let's just say you sell your cattle in 2 years and you made profit, right? You really only made 1 million that year.
No, I probably made in profit. I probably only made maybe 80K.
So okay, so all right.
Because the margins are so high. Like you see what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying.
Count.
I'm not saying you made 8 million in revenue, which is what the price that you sell your cattle for. I'm saying you made 2 million in profit. After you subtract all of your expenses, you made 2 million.
Unless you're like the King Ranch, ain't nobody making 2 million.
Yeah, I'm using numbers that are easy to work with.
Sure.
So you raise these cattle for 2 years. Made 200,000 profit, right? But because it took 2 years to realize that those gains, it's really only like making 100,000 a year, but you're being taxed as if you were making 200,000 a year.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Okay. Let me think about that first.
And on top of that, you talk about most productive members of society. These are your food growers, and they're the ones getting fucked the hardest. And people are like, who cares? That's why I just started laughing so hard when the ag industry's been super against immigration, the illegal immigration. And then people are like, oh, well, the ag industry's going to be devastated by illegals. I'm like, no, the major corps are, right? It's like people don't know these industries, and they just make vast assumptions, and they get up on a soapbox and start preaching about oh, capital gains tax is only going to affect the rich. And I'm like, no, it's also going to affect the people that are asset heavy but are cash poor.
So I think that your problem with farming seems to me like it's a bigger problem when you first start ranching.
Yeah, it's a massive problem.
Because if you're constantly, let's just say, I know that in reality you can't make the same amount every year, have bad years. But if you had an operation set up and you were constantly making $1 million or $200,000 a year, then that is your revenue. That is what you make that is your profits as a company. It doesn't matter that you had the cattle you sold this year 2 years to raise, because you started 2 years ago and you were constantly raising new cattle every year, so you're constantly making $1,000 a year, and that's just what you make as a profit as a business.
You understand the difference between revenue and profit, right?
I do. Revenue. So if you were making $200,000 of profit, your revenue would probably be more like $400,000.
Yeah, except with branching and shit, your profit is going to be like what you take your salary out of, right? So if I'm making, I don't know, if I make $100,000 of profit, that's before I even count business expenses. That's not counting the owners, right? So I've paid all my people, that work there, all my farm hands, whatever. I got $100,000 left over. Now that profit's got to go towards purchases towards the next year. Say I need a new tractor, right? Say I need, whatever equipment.
So are you selling
like
the cattle as a business or as a personal rancher that you're treating the cattle like capital gains? Like, do you have an LLC or something for your ranch?
Do I have an LLC? Yeah, I have a
Okay, I support honestly, I support 0% corporate taxes.
But why wouldn't you want that as an individual person then?
Because corporations, like you were saying, puts that money back into like their businesses.
Yeah, but even if I'm a sole
fine.
proprietor, but say I'm a sole proprietor, right? Even then, like say like my cousin doesn't have an LLC for his ranch, so say the same thing. If he's doing this, so he still has to take that profit, which is $100K. He has to put it towards that's one tractor, maybe, right? And then he still has to have his money, his salary to live off of. Because he's paying that after he's paying his business. He's a good business.
But if he's taking
his salary after,
then he'd just be paying income tax.
Not if he's a sole proprietor. It depends on how the LLC is structured.
Yeah, if you're structuring the LLC and you're giving yourself a income, then you're paying income tax. And then whatever the company itself makes doesn't get taxed. In my ideal, as long as that doesn't go to like.
We're living in the now.
Yeah.
And and if you own a corporation, you might not put yourself on the like payment list because you don't want to have to pay that shit. So then at the end, you take the money off the profits for the year after you paid off for the stuff for the next quarter or year or whatever. And so that leaves these people with like 30K, 40K is what the ranchers are like living off of, even if they own like 20 billion in assets.
Well, I think that they should get. Well, okay. First of all, I don't agree with taxing assets. I agree with taxing capital gains.
Well, that's what capital gains is. You're taxing their assets as they go up and down and sold.
As they are sold, so that's capital gains. You're saying assets. I'm saying capital gains is when these assets are sold at a higher price. Because like a tractor can be an asset, but you're not being taxed on the value of that tractor unless you sell it for a higher price. And if you sell it for a lower price, you get a deduction.
Sure.
Right.
I guess in theory you would.
Yeah. But you're not getting taxed on your assets. You're getting taxed on your capital gains, which could involve selling your assets.
Right.
But we got to distinguish these two when we are talking about this, because saying you're getting taxed on the value of your assets makes me think you're getting taxed federally. I know that local governments have different rules on the value of your land, your tractors, your barns, your fences, your other heavy equipment, and that's just not how it is.
No, see, what you're not factoring is that assets depreciate in value.
They do, yes, and you can
and when I sell my asset to upgrade my shit, I have to pay the capital gains on that asset.
Not if they depreciate it, you actually get a deduction. If your assets depreciate.
It's hold on. Here's what you're not factoring in, right? So say I'm going to sell my cattle, okay, and I net gain for the year, and then I sell my tractor, which was originally $150,000. I sell it for $80,000. I'm still going to get capital gains tax because I'm not getting the deduction per item. I'm going to get a deduction only if my overall capital gains is down.
Well, if you're buying a new piece of equipment for the year, then you get a deduction on the money spent on that equipment. So if you sell your tractor for $50,000 and you buy a $200,000 tractor for your business, you can deduct that as a business expense. $200,000.
Wait, say that, bro.
If you sell your tractor, your old tractor, your rusty up tractor,
I would get $40,000 if deductible. They would allow me $40,000.
They only allow you 20% of buying new equipment deductible?
They're only gonna allow me 20% of a write-off.
Oh, well, I also think that's stupid. Allow 100%. Why would you not allow 100% write-offs for businesses?
Because then I'm always going to be at zero and they're not going to get any money.
That's fine. I told you I don't care if businesses do not pay taxes.
But if
capital gains is if you were
but if you're a sole proprietor, that is your business.
Okay,
There's
so
like
any money you take out of the business for your life is what I want to be taxed.
Why? Why is that any different than a business? If there's no difference.
Because first of all, the government's got to get revenue somewhere, and I think that when you don't tax businesses, you get more productivity from those businesses. And if you tax people, you can tax people that are making a lot more than than others, and have a system to where people who are able to afford help pay for society to pay for society. It's not slavery.
You're literally advocating.
No, I'm not. Wait, so we have
either that or highway robbery. You're saying rob for Peter to pay Paul.
I'm saying that as a person fine in our society should have to be like.
Oh, wait, you like this? You like this hairdresser? Yeah, the Brady part. Shit. Well, I can always just be Brady. Yeah, I mean, like, hold on, it's cashed. Sorry, I got distracted. Destiny started whipping my ponytails like a little horse. I was saying that it's like basically what you're advocating for is you're sitting here saying, let's take a gun. This guy's making more money. He's more productive. Fuck that bitch. Like that'd be like if say like all things were equal, right? And everybody's making the same amount of money, you know, but some people chose to work double the amount. They chose. And then y'all come in and go, well, even though everybody gets paid exactly the same for everything, these people work double the hours, so we're going to tax them on 20% even then, extra. We're going to tax them an extra 20-40% because they have more money because they chose to work more. That's what you're advocating.
But we don't live in a world where everybody got paid the same. If everybody got paid the same, then we wouldn't need taxes for the welfare, because I would assume everybody would get paid an amount that would allow them to live.
But what you're doing is you're robbing people of their labor.
No, you are charging a fee to live in society.
A fee to live in society, bro.
Yes.
I didn't choose to be living
Somebody's got
to
to build the roads. Somebody's got to pay for the military.
Private business.
Somebody's got to pay for research that private businesses are not willing to do.
Well, apparently we don't need that research if private businesses aren't doing it. If there's a need, the market determines that, and then they research it.
Every piece of technology that you are on right now at one point was government research.
Which is a problem.
It's not. I think we're doing quite fine with it.
Bro, how many of these government research things came about, bro? All right, let me give you an example of government mandated research slowing things down. Look at NASA and compare it to the leaps and bounds made by SpaceX and Blue Origin.
Yeah, SpaceX and Blue Origin piggybacked off of the government research that NASA did.
But they have done more research in more efficiently in like the last 10 years than NASA has done since the 60s.
But do you think that they would have been the broke ground on that?
Yeah, I'm saying once again, they probably would have if it all started at zero. If Blue Origin and SpaceX had started at the same time when we captured the Nazi scientists, I guarantee you that they would be further along now than NASA.
But they wouldn't have started. It's the thing. That's the thing. It's, you can't convince private enterprise to invest in something that's not going to be immediately profitable.
That's false. You think that space is immediately profitable when we were like blowing fucking Apollo 13 up?
When did we start NASA? When did we start NASA? It was like 50s. It was 70 years ago. And private enterprise. Nobody was stopping. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but as far as I know, nobody was stopping private enterprise to get into space exploration.
Well, it was banned because you had to have a clearance to be able to get into rocketry.
It was banned. So who
So
changed
so
that?
once again, government interference stopped.
Who changed it to allow Elon and into the space business? Change that.
I want to say Obama.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was the one that started it. But I could be wrong. I know it wasn't Bush, so it was either Obama or Trump. I'm pretty sure it's Obama.
So wait, did Obama change the rules, or did Obama's administration give him clearance?
He got clearance at first.
How many capital capitalists were wanting to get into space exploration but couldn't because the government?
Quite a few.
Who?
The guy from Virgin Galactic. I mean, on top of that, why does that matter? I mean, if there was anybody, if it was 2 people, if it was 10 people, or 36 people, none of them could do it. I mean, that just proves government interference. Like, you know, Exxon they wanted to start asteroid mining years ago. You know, so like, I mean, it's not like people haven't like suggested doing this shit.
So did they do it because of government, or did they like run the numbers and decide it wasn't going to be profitable?
Because government wouldn't allow them to. You have to used to have security clearance for rocketry. I think you still do have to have security clearance for some rocketry stuff.
Well, I think you still probably have to have the same security clearances as ever. It's just that Elon Musk was the one that decided that he wanted to go get that clearance in order to build his business. And other businesses probably they might have wanted to at one point, but just didn't because they felt like it wasn't going to be profitable.
My argument would even be then, like, if we had this, like, where there was not, I mean, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with the clearance thing. Like, I can see there being a reason why we don't want everybody having IBCMs. Like, that's fine. But, like, this is a prime example of, like, where government interference slows down the market. Like, if we had everybody had access to the information that's, like, we did right after World War II, and, like, started, like, maybe certain private industries had been able to start doing this, like, there's, like, you cannot convince me that we would not be way further along in space exploration than we would be today. Like, it's just, I mean, within 10 years, Elon has, like, quadrupled almost the gains that NASA has made. Like, he literally has put up in space a, like, network now where we could use, like, 10 megabytes per second anywhere in the world with our phones, and it's only going to keep improving. Like, you'll now be able to, like, get on Elon's network anywhere in the world. Like, maybe it's gonna be slow as fuck, but like, imagine that 20 years ago. If you told me that I'd be able to have phone service at least like 10 milligrams, like not megabytes anywhere in the world, I would have laughed. And now it's like, oh, I can take a phone call. Maybe like I'd have some drops, but I can take a phone call with a guy in sub-Saharan Africa. You know, like, it's like, that's crazy. Versus like NASA at the same time is over here shutting down the space shuttle. You know, like, it's just not even comparable. Private industry always outstrips, government industry when it comes to innovation. Like, I think the government, private industry can do really great things, and I think that the Elon's space thing, right? But I do not think that private industry is going the ones that we can actually depend on to break new grounds in areas that are not going to be immediately profitable for people. Well, if it's not profitable, then we don't need those things.
But
it's not a need.
But there's probably going to be there's probably going to be medicines that we would need and have needed that isn't profitable that the government's going to have to fund research.
I mean, alright, so like, I mean, I hate to sound callous, but like, if 1% of the world has, like, I don't know, some rare deadly skin condition, right? And 99% of the world doesn't have this. You know, it's profitable to research that because the 1% of 7 billion is a lot of people, right? But if it's 0.00001%, and it's like 50,000 people worldwide have this skin condition, like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but if those people want that that stuff researched, then they need to do the funding themselves, because guess what? That's not going towards the greater good. And like, I hate to use the greater good argument because that's a communist argument, but like, this basically just proves that the free market always does the greatest good, because anytime there's a need for something, it's going to be provided for by the market. Like, oh, we polluted the atmosphere? Okay, cool, we're going to create recycling tech. We're going to need recycling tech. Oh, we need to get off the planet tech. Oh, we're going to need purification tech. All those will be whatever. So, like, whatever's happening in the world, oh, we're running out of fossil fuels. We're going to need renewable resource tech. We're going to need X, Y, Z. Like, I mean, every time there's a need, that the market will go and fill that need. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. There's not, I can't think of an example in history. Even like Roman times, they'd be like, oh, we have plague. Well, how do we do this? Well, how do we get rid of plague? And they would try different things. The market would try different things. And eventually the market seemed to be a much better way to get rid of a lot of these problems, because hey, guess what? These people are starving. They're not going to the games. Okay, well, cool. We're going to stop having the games. And guess what? That led to them not having plague all throughout the whole city. You know, because they're over here starving to death or dying. In whatever. I mean, it's just the market takes care of itself better than humanity does. Like, honestly, in my opinion.
So like when the free market was like more free, we had it took the government to regulate the market to get cleaner air and cleaner water. Like the market doesn't give two shits about things like that.
Yeah, and now we have lithium poisoning. And strip mining, which is worse. Wait.
And who is
worse than what it was before?
Wait, who's doing that? Is that the?
So it's like they try to solve one problem.
Is that the government?
Interference.
Is that the government, or is it free market, private enterprises that's doing that?
Well, I'm thinking that if they go, oh, we have too much CO2, what they could have done is made more efficient engines, and which is what a lot of them have done. Instead, they've gone, oh, we're going to reward people that do this style of market, like the car, and do these battery cars, etc., etc. And so instead, since that's not working, since that is working or whatever, it cuts carbon down. Yeah, on paper it works. However, strip mining is way worse for the environment, and we have heavy metal poisoning in fucking like the ground. We have metal like microplastics in the ground, and all this is directly related to carbon emissions.
Gibbs. But why do we not still use unleaded gases? Because the market just was like, oh, this is not good for people, and we should.
Lead poisoning.
No, it was because the government stepped in and stopped them from being. They actually flubbed. They flubbed research, make it seem like lead wasn't a problem in gasoline, and the government had to step in, stop them from using lead in gasoline. The market doesn't always do what's best for people.
I mean, in the long term, it does.
We would. Having more years of leaded gasoline wouldn't have been good for society.
Sure it would.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they would have got lawsuits. They would have had the cause and effect. There would have been a giant pendulum swing back the other way.
Unless it...
hold on. Let me ask you this. Do you agree that sometimes, like, a catalyst bad event can cause rapid change?
Sure, but I think the government's usually involved in that rapid change.
So say, like, for example, they hadn't got rid of lead in the gas. And all of a sudden, we had a mass issue of lead problems, right?
All right. And we do, still.
Yeah, sure. So we say we had this giant issue of lead problems everywhere, right? Okay. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that there's going to be massive public backlash and lawsuits against these companies? Right? There probably is, right? Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Probably. So who's going to do the research against them?
Private citizens, I guess they always do.
You mean like a collective of private citizens?
Like lawyers, like a crusader lawyer?
What somebody's going to, out of the goodness of his heart, a lawyer is going to do scientific research to try and figure out what's causing these problems in people. And if the answer to okay, all right.
I mean, most of the time, private people find something first and then take it to the government. Like, you're acting like that's not already how it works, except now the government's an extra step. In fact, like, if this had happened in a larger quantity, it would have been so bad. We would have maybe had. Maybe they would even push for further regulation. Maybe they would have pushed for bigger lawsuits. Maybe the companies would have failed. We would have had new, cleaner companies. Instead, we put this government patchwork early, and we don't actually get to see what the results were because we didn't let the market take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the private market tried to hide the research. Like,
some of them do.
The tobacco company did the exact same thing.
Well, arguably.
Yes. No, it's not arguable. Right. It's what happened.
I mean, yeah. Now we have lower testosterone. Smoking tobacco is directly related to testosterone, higher testosterone. You think lower testosterone is a good thing?
I think higher lung cancer rates is a bad thing. I think that having people being generally unhealthy, heart disease that comes with smoking tobacco is a bad thing.
Well, what if I told you there's a correlation, or maybe a causation now, between more smoking and the lower rates of smoking and the higher rates of obesity in the United States. So now we have more obesity and more heart problems because there's less smoking. And
Yeah,
lower
the sugar company also ran campaigns against natural fats in order to get people to eat more sugar, and that is much more of a direct correlation, cause of our obesity crisis is the sugary foods that we eat than any lack of smoking.
But I mean, you're literally what you're doing is you're doing the exact meme that Republicans like to make. Is like it's always somebody else's fault. It's like never.
Do you disagree with my? Hold on. Do you disagree that the amount of sugar that this country eats is one of the major drivers of obesity?
I would say it's portion size, but sure. I mean, the amount of sugar. I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean that's going to go in the portion size. Like,
I mean, I think you can eat anything. Like when I was like I said, when I was wrestling or whatever, I ate anything I wanted, and I just worked out like 6 hours a day. You know, like it's like the government pushed the food triangle. Like, you know, this is like it wasn't even like the lobbyists. Like the government has it so far. Like I just like I don't know. You're just like arguing. You always say that somebody else and somebody else should pick this up, but eventually the buck has to stop somewhere, right? Like, you know, like, and that's kind of where I'm going. Like, instead of maybe making the government hold their hands and like do this welfare state, why is it that instead of like, hey, maybe you should take responsibility? If 40 hours isn't enough, you should go work more hours. If you're fat, you should hit the gym and diet. Or like, you know, if you're, you know, got lung cancer. Okay, cool. That sucks. Stop smoking cigarettes. Go pay for your own, you know, shit that you did. If not, you know, that's I shouldn't have to pay for that. Like you're basically, like I said, robbing Peter to pay Paul at gunpoint.
Yeah, because you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're expecting people to pay a portion of what they make into a society to make society better, make this country a better place to live. Having people being in poverty, not being able to eat, when we have so much go around, is not a good society in my mind.
So much to go around, bro.
We certainly do.
That's like saying like we like okay. Let me give you an example. This is what you do. Say I own. Okay, so I own a ranch. Okay, on my ranch, I used to have 3 little worker houses. Right? They were 3 worker houses. We would have like migrant workers come in, and some of them we helped get citizenship if they stayed and whatever. Because farm workers, you can pay them less than minimum wage because you can also provide them housing, whatever. And it's like whole contract thing. We're not going to go into that. That's not important. What is important is the government came and decided, hey, you own these houses. These are structures on your land. Now this might be the local government, not the whatever, but they valued them at a certain amount. And so it became cheaper for me due to the local government to tear them down, right? Okay. Now, at a macro level, which is something I've heard the left argue, they would argue, oh, well, these buildings are uninhabited for a percentage of the year. We should give these people they would include that since it's like half the year, so whatever. Or like I would usually have one occupied for a full year, the other one would like we would rotate people in and out. It was kind of so like they would argue that whatever property would show those houses not being used at whatever time is an empty house, and they would include that in their numbers for whenever you talk about homelessness. We have this many homeless, we have this many houses, and they would say I'm an evil landlord. I should like let a hobo stay in this house because guess what? Same argument. We have plenty to go around. How dare these people that own this land and have these evil landlords and have these evil like houses, and then these people that need houses not be given them, as opposed to like, hey, well, I'm helping migrants. Like, you know, I got migrants coming in. I got people that are Americans that want to work for it. Like they come in, but you know, since it's just farm and ranching, there's seasons. You know, it's included in this. And I'm not using that as one example. I can think of other examples. If I like bought land in, say, on the outskirts of San Antonio, which I'm considering, right? And say like like a developer moves in and wants to build like that area, I might even let them build a house on there and just like, or build a house in that area, and then like, oh, okay, why shouldn't I benefit from renting? Except people go, oh, that's evil landlord. You're just taking money from these people. You should give it to you should like let a hobo take over this house. Like that's ridiculous. You're once again, just because somebody's got more, they maybe worked for that. Maybe they planned for that in the future. This hobo decided they were gonna do meth. This hobo's got fucking mental problems. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry they got mental problems, but shouldn't be my responsibility to take care of this person because they got mental problems. It shouldn't be my responsibility to take care of this person because they have meth, and I shouldn't have to house them. You know, just like I shouldn't have to pay for their, you know, medical shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're basically taking the most productive members and saying, hey, go fuck yourself. You don't deserve the stuff that you have because of your work.
Gibbs, you're still doing, like, excellent for yourself.
Yeah, because I'm working all the time.
You aren't suffering.
What do you mean?
You're playing Halo right now. You're not working. Like.
I am working. I got work emails up on the next computer. I'm like typing them.
Okay. So. Okay, I still do fine for myself, and I pay taxes.
Sure. Yeah, but yeah.
Like this isn't killing us. These taxes are not killing us. We're fine. We're more than fine. We're thriving.
It's entitlement, is what I'm saying. Someone shouldn't be entitled to my labor. Like, okay, let me put it to you a different way. Let me try this.
I think we
is money like directly correlated to like your work? You get money because of the work.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes people get money because they were born to rich parents that died. Like, sometimes it is.
Sure, okay.
Get here first.
And most of those people lose it by the second or third generation, right? So, here's the thing. If you're taxing these other people, it's directly a correlation to either what their money is, or they invested, or like how they're working, right? Like that's how they earn their money, either based on investments or work for the great majority of people, correct?
They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So instead of getting paid, you go, okay, well these things, we've determined their needs. Well, you're the only one that can do this. You have to operate on this person for free. Would you be okay with that?
That's not the society I'm in. It's not. Because the person who operates is still getting paid.
Well, that's it then.
In my society, even with taxes and welfare.
All right, let me try to. You can like taxes. Why should I like them?
You don't have to like them. You just have to pay them if you want to be in the society.
I've already begun.
Or check this out: we can just abolish those taxes or I'm even okay with keeping taxes. I think we should just abolish welfare. If you don't contribute, you lose your citizenship. How's that? No. If you have to take welfare, you shouldn't get to vote.
No, that's ridiculous. Why would you strip citizenship of somebody just because they're on welfare?
Well, because they're not productive members of society.
Just because you're on welfare doesn't mean you're not a productive member of society. We've been over this. Many people, most people, at least the plurality of people who are on welfare do work, which is a productive member, makes them a productive member of society.
Move like you got a purpose.
This is not a drill. I repeat.
No.
This is not
You don't think that? You don't think so? Okay, I will look that up after we're done playing.
They're doing low-value jobs. Like, if you work 40 hours at McDonald's, you probably will be on welfare.
So should we just get rid of all low-value jobs?
I mean, they are. That's why they're automated.
But they aren't right. Like, they haven't done that yet. When we get to a point where they are in the process of doing it, how many years have they been in the process of doing that, Gibbs?
Well, see, because what you're going to do is once that job's eliminated, what you're going to argue next is we should just get a universal income.
If all jobs were eliminated, yes. But
I'm not talking about all jobs. If say all fast food jobs are gone tomorrow, should everybody that was doing fast food get like a universal income?
I think they should be trained to do whatever jobs the society needs.
Well, who's going to train them? Why should that be my responsibility to train them?
Because society needs these people to be trained. You need these people to be trained.
No, I don't. I don't need those people. Otherwise, they would have the jobs. They would have a job already.
No,
or they would have gone into some training.
You need doctors. You need people who build roads. You need people who man corrections facilities. You need people who mental health treatment. Like, you need these trained in it.
All right, let me give you an example. Like, that's from history. Whenever the printing press arrived, what happened to all the people that used to write books? They had to find new jobs, right?
Still write books today.
No.
So you talk about like copy books by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to find new jobs. You could do a more modern example, the elevator attendant.
So yeah, okay, sure. So what happened? Why were their jobs got rid of? Because they weren't needed, right?
How do you get out of this pod? Oh, my controller turned off. Never mind.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, bumper jumper. Here we go.
Yeah. So they had to find new jobs. Yes.
Yeah. So like, why is it that for everybody on welfare instead of just living on welfare, find another job that pays you more?
If you can't find another job, then you should be able to still live.
Or work it out. Why? Why? Why are you entitled to sweat on my back?
Because we don't want people dying. Do you want? Well, okay, Gibbs. I actually care if we have people dying. How do you crouch?
I do too. I'm saying that we're letting more people live like terrible lives, you know, because we're sitting here like just like putting them on welfare slavery.
So you think that if they got rid of welfare, that everyone that needs welfare right now would just find a job and live better lives?
They would have to, or they would. What would happen to them?
They would probably start committing crime in many cases.
Okay. That takes a lot of them off the streets. Then what?
Now you're paying for them to get fed and housed and medical treatment in
I'm
prison.
not saying there might be there might be a short-term thing.
Which is more expensive. Which is more expensive than if you just gave them welfare.
It might be short-term more expensive, but guess what? Those people won't be on the street to breathe no more. Those people won't be on the street committing those crimes no more. You remove the bad actors, you leave the productive ones. Guess what? The productive ones change the culture. Like, that's the goal. Like, we want a better culture. You want a better society, right? Sometimes you got to take a hickey and remove the bad actors in that stage. And the bad actors at this point would be the ones refusing to work and turning to crime.
So you did miss me.
And it would be cheaper than saving all the money because I'd be saving, which is like the biggest, the United States' biggest expense after the military, which is welfare.
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
All right then. I'm initiating.
So it'd be a net positive on taxes.
We're abandoning the auto. That means you too, Cortana.
While you do what? Go down with the ship?
In a manner of speaking. The object we found, I'm going to try and land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect, sir, this war has
Sorry, my niece called me.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not.
Yeah, so your argument is that if we just jail everybody, then they're going to stop breeding, which, you know, if they already have kids, what are we going to do with the kids?
Well, also, if we get rid of all the welfare, that's going to be a lot cheaper as an overall net gain. We'll have less costs because not everybody that was on welfare is going to commit crimes and go to jail. So we'll have a net, and some of those people, so it'll be less costly because welfare is like second biggest expense.
Where you come in, Chief.
Social programs.
Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture
no,
her,
like
they'll learn everything.
If many people are already working jobs and they're on welfare, and you just get rid of the welfare, they're not going to sit there and starve to death. They're not going to let them
work a second job.
So now we have a bunch of people that are trying to work 2 jobs, which is like doubling the workforce. What's going to happen to people's wages?
Thank you.
If you suddenly have more people in the workforce, they go up. No, they go down when you have more people.
Yank me.
Well, it's more money being spent, right? No people want more money, less taxes, more people will spend that money.
It wouldn't be more money. No, it wouldn't be more money being spent because these people would still be just surviving.
I mean, it's also going to be more jobs created. We could use it on infrastructure instead of social programs. All this money that was in welfare, second biggest expense, can be spent on other things. You know, you're talking about these new jails. Somebody's got to build those jails. You know, we need new roads constructed. Somebody's got to build those roads. You know,
I don't think a society where we have more people committing crimes to go to jail so that we can save money on welfare is a better society. Gibbs, you're not going to convince me of that.
I mean, it's a better society because, you know, they're productive people.
Nothing you can do here.
In jail?
Are the people that decide to work twice, 2 jobs now? They're working 2 jobs.
Yeah, the people, they were already productive. You're just forcing them to be more miserable.
Or miserable. Miserable is like, I don't think somebody's happiness is a metric we should be basing our tax policy on.
Absolutely! Being happier in society is the goal.
No, they're happy. But listen, my tax dollars shouldn't go towards someone's happiness.
Well, no. Your tax dollars is going through somebody's survival.
Yeah, survival and happiness are totally different.
Yeah, right now it's their survival. That's what your tax dollars are going to.
No, you're...
Keep your head down. There's 2 of us in here now, remember?
If you're paying for food stamps, you're paying for somebody to eat. If you're paying for Section 9 housing, you're paying for somebody to live in a house.
Yeah, back up. Go to the back of that area. Let you kill them all.
Oh, am I not supposed to be? killing them?
No, you're doing good. I died.
Oh, you
We're
want to be
back.
safe, so you come back. Okay.
Well, not
Gotcha.
save. You just have to back away from combat.
Yeah. Oh.
So the other person can back in. There's like a area, amount of area.
Yeah, no, I probably would have died and we would have been game over.
I know you're there. That's alright. We would have just. Oh, good. I got shot in the back. We just go back where we came.
Yeah, I think that paying taxes is worth.
What just happened?
Oh, are you jumping on the clock? Oh, that's a friend.
What the hell? Did something?
I don't want to I think like anytime we use the metric of like, oh, these people are happiness, like that's what we're doing bad. Like that's almost like the most immoral thing you can do.
No. So if you were forcing people to work 2 jobs to survive, yeah, you're going to end up with a lot less people who are happy. And I think that happiness should be a thing that we strive for as a society.
There's an overshield here. Do you want it?
And if
Why?
the only
I don't think my tax dollars should be going to somebody's happiness.
that you're going to their survival. That's all we're doing right now.
Yeah, and they would be better off if we weren't doing that.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would, because they would actually be working and being productive.
They are. Most people are.
They're living off the
working.
teat
They're using
of hardworking
airlocks
Americans.
to attach
Okay.
their boarding craft.
But I
You
think
go out
most
and they
people
come
would
in.
rather have a job and not have to work 80 hours to survive and only have to work 40 hours to survive.
I mean, what you're doing is like what they should, like, you know.
You're
this
saying
life
they're
happy
better off.
society
You're
is-
trying to say they're better off if they have to work 80 hours. Why?
They can feel a sense of accomplishment.
They already feel a sense of, well, most people already feel a sense of accomplishment. They have a job. Oh, fuck, I died.
I did too.
Oh, damn. Shouldn't we be picking up better? Did you pick up a better gun? Because I did.
I mean, there's lots of guns. I like KR in front of it. Oh no! You're gonna die.
Oh. Yeah, if you already have a job, and you take care of your family, you probably already have all sorts of-
I mean, yeah, I just like somebody's always gonna be sad about something.
That's true, and I don't
just
think it's our responsibility to make sure nobody's sad.
No, that's what you are. I mean, like, okay.
No,
it
I'm
sounds
arguing
bad,
that it's
but
fine
these
for
people,
us.
gotta, like, listen. If you're talking about survival, right? Like, these people, if they can't survive without the government, then maybe they shouldn't be living. You know, like, honestly, like.
I mean, I just disagree with that. Like,
maybe they should make better life choices so they can survive instead of living too high on the hog.
I think that if you're working less, you have more opportunity to be able to better your life.
What do you mean? Working is better in your life. If you work more,
if you
make
don't,
more money.
If you have to work less time to survive, you have more time to be able to improve your skills, so that you can eventually get a better job.
I mean, well, then work harder until you have enough disposable income to do that.
You're already working to provide. Like, you're already working 40 hours to survive.
I mean, what I'm saying is like, if you want to improve your lot of life, working's how you do it.
But you have a better chance if you do. If we both done. No, I'm dead. So
I mean, like, you're like arguing for like leisure time. We're almost to this level.
But what I'm arguing is that if you don't have to work as much, then you have more opportunity to better your life, which is just objectively true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but like, why? What you're arguing right now is like, okay, so somebody who is working 80 hours and pays more, like that person's already trying to better their life, right?
They are.
And you're arguing, hey, I just died here. That hey, okay, this guy should pay for other people so they can work less.
If you're working 80 hours, you're probably better your life, you're still probably not making like so much money that you're going to be paying so much more than everyone else.
I mean, what? If you own a couple businesses and are working a whole bunch of different hours,
but then you're making enough to where the extra taxes aren't making that big of a difference in your quality of life.
No, I mean, why would it? But here's what I'm saying. Like, you're missing a major point here. If I'm over here working 80 hours a week, right? And I'm having to pay more, okay? You're saying that, okay, these other people should improve the quality of their life by having more leisure time so they can focus on other shit. Is that correct?
I don't think that you should have to work 80 hours. Like, I think that's a thing you shouldn't have to do.
But you should have to do whatever it takes, bro. Like, I shouldn't be like, if I choose to work 80 hours to better my life, why should my money go to someone who's not willing to do that?
Some people need it. Some people need the extra help.
They need it.
Yes.
So, like, I didn't need it. Who's deciding whose need gets more? Like, that's ridiculous.
The deciding factor is the situation that you're in. Like, if you were working 80 hours and you were, if you were working 40 hours, if you're working 40 hours,
and I work 80 hours a week, the other guy chooses to only work 40, and I have to pay tax dollars to go help support
I don't think we should have a society where you have to work 80 hours. That's like a thing I don't think you should have.
That's just laziness.
Okay, you can call it laziness, but I don't think we should have to work 80 hours. And I think most Americans would agree.
Well, that's a problem. That's a whole problem with our culture. Like, I mean, like, used to, when you were 17, you might have built a homestead, you know, and like had 2 kids already, you know, like.
But the quality of life was worse then.
I mean, who's determining that?
But if you want to build a homestead and have 2 kids at 17, you have that option still.
Do you?
Yes. There's a whole commune of people that do weird shit in my hometown. They don't pay taxes.
Covenant, on the landing above us.
And they're pretty much homesteaders.
Whoa. That is literal insanity. Like, I know what you're saying. There's no way a 17-year-old now can sit here and go, hey, I'm gonna go, like, start a small plot of land and start homesteading. Like, partially because of the welfare state we live in.
Well, I don't think that having a system where 17-year-olds have to homestead is a good system for modern society. But if you did want to homestead, you have that option.
Oh my god, I'm dead. This fucking guy's bottom.
I died a long time ago. I figured you probably wouldn't be able to get out of
Covenant, on the landing above us.
This, what gun is this automatic gun?
The AR?
AR that you're talking about?
Oh, I see this fucker's. This guy's not getting me again.
Is there a way to get health back?
Yeah, there's like a little packs around the place.
Oh, I think we should not debate during this. I do want to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never actually played this game before.
Oh.
For Halo 1.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we can do that. Those boys just gotta cut your ass with. That's what happened there.
Did we get him finally?
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, I like the AR too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the human weapons.
I do like the needler, but I don't think that's in this one.
It is, yeah. The needler's definitely is. Usually the jackals have it, sometimes the elites. Really all of them have it sometimes.
Is it the best you can do?
the lifeboats. Back to the deck station.
Heading on transmit. Oh, you're dead. Shit. Get back.
I'm back.
Why am I?
I'm
Okay.
back.
Oh, you were. I was stuck on you.
Where are you?
You see him? All hands, this is the captain. Prepare to abandon ship. Combat teams, repel boarders until
Who's this thing, huh?
Yeah, I think with the taxes, welfare thing, you might just have different values.
The lifeboats
Ways
are
in which
launching.
we want
We should hurry.
society on.
That's true.
Like, I do think that people shouldn't have to work 80. Even, like, I don't think 80 hours should better yourself. A good, maybe 60 hours.
We have to use the ship's maintenance access.
And I also, I
Follow the
value,
nav point.
I
Lead
value
to the
a lot, like, being able to spend time with your family. And
Yeah, it's great if you have that option.
I think that everyone has that option. Are you turning your flashlight?
I pushed up on the D-pad. I don't know if you're using
Using X.
Yeah, up on the D-pad. Oh god!
Friendly fire turned on?
I was about to beat him down.
Oh. Are you back?
I'll be back in a second. We can walk back a little further. Okay, we're good.
Are you without a weapon?
Yep, so we're back.
I died. AIDS, man.
Yeah, grenades are clutch. This is gonna be annoying here. Oh, this sucks.
Both not have weapons.
I got a weapon now. Yeah, I'm just, I got one. Well, I got it 2 times until,
Oh, should I wait till you I
got it.
I didn't know we spawned without weapons. I thought we at least came with the basic.
No. What not?
Oh, I got a needle.
Correct, bitches. Okay.
That's not a needle.
I'm gonna have to jump off this after this game here.
Okay.
This that we're gonna do my next thing here. But yeah, we'll, now that we got this game working, we can definitely continue this.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Up.
Yeah, I think that's the right way.
Oh, so many explosions. Where are they coming from?
Flashlight this way. Get wrecked. Oh, and then I got wrecked.
Back yet? No, you need a gun? Can I drop this?
I got it. Right out that door.
Over here! Roger that! Por Dios!
Alright, bitches.
Oh gosh, crouch mechanic.
Oh, damn, son. Get wrecked.
The damage to the superstructure is extensive. I don't know how much more abuse the Autumn can take.
I'm fucking these kids up, bro. They get wrecked. Wrecked.
There's one last lifeboat. Quickly, get aboard before it launches.
And we launched. We made it. Woo!
Yeah.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
It's so sad.
Punch it.
Aye, sir. We're disengaged, going for minimum safe distance.
We're gonna make it, aren't we, sir? I don't want to die out here.
Look!
I don't want to die out here, sir.
I'm guessing you don't make.
What is that thing, Lieutenant?
Hell if I know. We're landing on it.
You're on him! She's been hit!
I knew it. The Autumn's accelerating. Keys is going in manual.
Heads up, everyone. This is it. We're entering the ring's atmosphere in 5.
You sure you wouldn't rather take a seat?
We'll be fine.
If I still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
Did they ever explain why Master Chief is badass?
Yeah, in the books, and then they kind of go into it like Halo, like 3 and 4, kind of explain it. But yeah, long story short, he's fucking upgraded a bunch.
Oh, I thought they.
No, he's got like fucking like steel in his bones and shit, and he has all these augmentations. He's a Spartan too. So some of the other Spartans, like the Spartan 4s and shit, they're like regular people, but that went through like basic surgery after they got it. The Spartan 1s were like they gave him some stuff, like Sergeant Johnson ends up being a Spartan 1, and then he's a Spartan 2, and he's basically like he's like souped up, and then he gets souped up in like Halo 5 even more. Like from like one of these like demigod kind of guys.
Yeah.
I'm giving you some broad strokes, so I don't want to give you too many spoilers.
Yeah.
I figured telling you there's like, this happens in 5 or 4, like it's a pretty broad stroke,
No, you're fine.
I'm not, it's not gonna be spoiled nothing.
So when this game came out, I didn't have any game system. And I remember I went over to my friend's house one time, and a bunch of my friends there, and they were playing Halo, and it was the first time I ever got to play like a video game with friends, but pick me up.
One of the guys in chat said you're not gonna be able to handle the flood. The flood, bro, is gonna make you a conservative. You're suddenly gonna be a conservative, I think, after playing flood levels.
Why?
That's not gonna happen. Don't listen to Gibbs. He's
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Shit out of you. He's
But
gaslighting the shit out of you.
It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. But yeah, we're gonna
gaslighting you.
We'll get this going. We can get this going again next Tuesday if you want. Well, what is next Tuesday? We should be able to do it again next Tuesday if you want. Same time. Now that we know Halo CE works and not Reach.
I should have all of them on my computer now, but
yeah, I don't know what's going. Reach is just fucking up. Reach. I always have problems with Reach for some reason. It's like some
okay.
issues.
Yeah, next Tuesday, same time works.
All right, bet, Bubba, you be good.
All right, have a good one.
All right, Rampage, you still.
All right, that's it for me, folks. But I the hell out of that actually. But I'm glad that you were.